You said what? Ottawa is boring, really? Okay. Well, okay, this is settled. Today, we talk about things you can do in Ottawa. It's me again, Henrick, aka the Ottawa Frenchman, and let's be honest, you probably heard that before. Ottawa is a boring city. Okay, to be fair, it's not New York or LA, but if you can't have fun here, I think you might be the problem. This week, I want to prove once and for all that Ottawa is everything but boring. Now, keep in mind that this is some pre-COVID stuff, so it might only be available once the restrictions are lifted. But things are looking up, so hopefully we can get to enjoy most of them this summer. Let's start this off with the first category. Let's call it adventure. Now imagine paddleboarding on the Ottawa River looking up at the stunning Parliament buildings of Ottawa. Urban Ocean Ottawa opened up the first SUP, stand-in paddleboard center in Eastern Ontario and now offers certifications, instructions, tours, and yoga. Very unique and fun thing to do in Ottawa. You'll come away with a tour that takes you from the Yacht Club to the Rideau Canal Locks, Parliament Buildings, Supreme Court of Ottawa, and up to the center of the river for a panoramic view of Ottawa and Gatineau. No experience is required. Once you get your balance, you'll be guided along the river to explore the sights. Now, when I started working this video, I didn't realize that you could fly a genuine World War II biplane, but at the Canada Air and Space Museum, there's regular flights during the summer hours. You can board this 1939 biplane and sit side by side during this 25-minute flight showcasing the Gatineau Hills and downtown Ottawa, including a pass over the Parliament. And if you're nice enough to the pilot, he might just do some hair tricks before turning back towards the airstrip. I'm definitely trying this summer, but on an empty stomach. Next is the Gatineau Park. I know this is about Ottawa, but really Gatineau and Ottawa go hand in hand. It's 365 kilometers of conservation park land filled with walking trails. One of the many entrances is just a mere 4 kilometers from downtown Ottawa. Gatineau also have 165 kilometers of hiking trails and 90 kilometers of a mountain bike trail. There are beaches, canoeing, and camping, just to name a few. It's a real treat for nature lovers out there. You can also hike to the Wilson Carbide Ruins. A 30 minutes walk will take you to his hidden laboratory, residence, and private dam, which he built in the middle of nowhere because he was paranoid, to say the least. The house still stands to this day and it makes for one amazing Instagram spot. Rafting is another thing I've yet to try, but that I definitely will. The Ottawa River is considered to have some of the best whitewater rafting on earth. It attracts professional rafters and kayakers to run this Class 5 rapids. It's located an hour away from Ottawa and you have 3 different companies that will on an excursion. By the way, I will include all the links for everything I mentioned in this video in the description below. Let's move on to the next category. That would be things to do around the Parliament. Well, for starters, even if it sounds cliche, taking a tour of the Parliament should be on your to-do list. After all, it's the focal point of decision making in this country for 150 years. Tours are about 35 minutes and are offered in English and French, and tickets for the center and east blocks are free. If you always wanted to go to London but couldn't, don't worry. Ottawa has its own changing of the guard, just like England, and you can catch 2 different ones in the city. There's the changing of the guard daily at the World War I Memorial. It's small but interesting, with a piper and 2 guards changing their duties at the tomb of the unknown soldier. The large spectacle of Parliament is a must, where a big ceremony takes place each day at 9:50 a.m. from June to August on the east end of Parliament Hill. I've seen the one in Quebec and let me tell you, it is quite a show. And for my yoga enthusiasts out there, you don't want to miss the yoga session on Parliament Hill. Normally every Wednesday from May to August, people gather on the hill for mass yoga classes. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has been known to pop by if you want to ever see take him a selfie. Really quick guys, if you like this video, drop a like on it. I need to feel the love. Is it done? Okay, let's move on. Next category would be museums, but I intend to make a dedicated video on this subject, so only thing you need to know is that there's 7 national museums in Ottawa and many others. It's safe to say that you can see pretty much everything. There's also numbers of historic sites, as you would have guessed. The Fairmont Château Laurier has an historic display that documents Winston Churchill visits, showcase a Titanic collection, and recollects the history of this landmark that was the flagship of a series of chateaux built during the railway expansion. If you're a history fanatic like I am, that sounds pretty enticing. Next on the list, relaxation. Take some time to get out of town and spend the day at the Manotick Spa Nature. Yes, ladies, take your man out there. He's gonna love it. It's only 20 minutes away from Ottawa on the Gatineau side. I would recommend an entire day there, as there's 10 bath, 9 saunas, 1 infinity pool, nothing to do with the Avengers, and 1 saltwater floating pool. There's 3 restaurants, indoors and outdoor lounges, and several treatment rooms. Okay, now I have to bring my girlfriend there. Let's go over a few of the many attractions in Ottawa now. An entertaining way to learn about the history of the Rideau Canal, is to take a canal cruise from the Château Laurier to the Dow's Lake. The tours last about an hour and a half and passes landmarks such as City Hall, National Arts Centers, Canadian Museum of Nature, the TD Centre, and Lansdowne Park. In the winter, you can also ice skate the same route. Then you have the Byward Market, which is Ottawa's #1 tourist attraction and is the premier destination for shopping, dining, arts, and entertainment. This area averages 50,000 visitors per weekend in the summer months. It is home to both local farmers market and artisans, as well as 600 independent businesses. It's also where you can go for the Ottawa nightlife. The majority of pubs and nightclubs around the city are in this area. Then you have the Musée Culture, which is a spectacular display of 48 of those massive floral sculptures. Look at this. Meanwhile, every plant I touch instantly dies somehow. Next, you have the Laval Street. While in Gatineau, you must go there for a cocktail. Today it has been transformed into a trendy street filled with patios and even an art installation of colorful umbrellas hanging from the building. It's pretty neat. Another way to pass the time in Ottawa, riding the 200 kilometers of bike trails in the region, especially the section coasting the Rideau Canal, and majority of those paths are also pedestrian friendly. Last but not least, entertainment. I already told you that there's a festival almost every other weekend in Ottawa, and you can find more about those at ottawafestival.ca. But there's 4 festivals that stick out. First, you have the Ottawa Jazz Festival that takes place in downtown Ottawa and is continuing the tradition of bringing jazz to the national capital region. The festival presents the finest musicians from across Canada and around the world in all genres and inspirations of jazz. Even if you're not a fan of jazz, I think it's a must. Then you have the Tulip Festival, which is currently ongoing, and it was established to celebrate the historic royal gift of tulips from the Dutch to Canadians immediately after World War II. It preserves the role of Canadian troops in the liberation of the Netherlands and Europe. And history aside, it is just drop dead gorgeous. I know for a fact that if we'd missed it, my girlfriend would have killed me, for sure. Next, you have the Winterlude Festival, a festival held during the first 3 weeks of February. Events like ice skating, ice sculpture, various different races, and beaver tail, of course, are all part of the celebration. If you just got to Canada, this might help go through your first winter a little bit easier. And lastly, my personal favorite, if you're a fan of electronic music, you already know about Escapade Music Festival, a festival that brings a variety of huge names in electronic music together on different stages for a 3-day-long party. It is usually the first festival of its kind in the summer to kick the festivities in gear and a fan's favorite. I was supposed to attend my first edition last year, but the world had different plans, unfortunately. So this was an overview of what Ottawa had to offer. It may not seem as grand as the Rio Carnival, I'll give you that, but it's a place where you can actually live year-round and enjoy each and every day you do. Did I miss anything? Well, if you think I did, put it in the comment and I'll address it. And I left a big chunk of information out of those videos, this videos on purpose, the food, because I intend to do multiple videos on that very subject and use them as an excuse to eat my way through Ottawa. And if you don't want to miss the best spots where you can eat in Ottawa, I suggest you subscribe and hit that bell to get notified when those videos do come out. And if you're interested in moving in Ottawa by now, you should watch my other videos and reach out to me so we can set you right. So thank you for watching, guys. On se voit la semaine prochaine.